So, hello everybody, here we are back, this time with Kingdom Death Monster. I did an unboxing several months ago, I think even in 2015 probably. Then I did a short update in 2016 about the assembly of some of these miniatures. And now finally we get to play. So first of all I have to change my glasses because I'm now a 2 pairs of glasses lady. I'm at an advanced age now, so I need 2 different pairs of glasses in order to be able to cope. And now we'll turn on a little bit of light. We shall risk a little more light and turn this up so that it doesn't reflect as badly. And we will get started. I have done a little prep work, but first of all I'm going to go through the prologue with you guys. And this is a blind playthrough. I've never played this before, so we're going to see Kingdom Death Monster unfold as we're playing it. Once upon a time, there was a place of carved stone faces. A man with a lantern lay sleeping a dreamless sleep. The man knew nothing. One day, the man woke up. He rubbed the dry ink caked over his eyes and opened them. Around him he saw other people stirring, and beyond, a horizon of unbroken darkness. A woman approached the man with a lantern. Her soft hand reached out to him. They had no words. They were a mystery to each other. Suddenly, a monster emerged from the darkness, its eyes wild with hunger. It attacked. The people were no match for the monster. It tore their flesh and crushed their bones between its teeth. Some it devoured whole. Overcome with terror and grief, the man with the lantern collapsed to the ground. Cold stone noses pushed into his side. There was no escape. But the man did not want to die. Desperately grasping at the cold stone faces, he felt a crack and tore at it with all his might. A piece of stone came free. It was sharp and deadly. The man with the lantern scrambled to his feet, his weapon clenched in his fist. He took a deep breath and roared into the darkness. Somewhere in the place of stone faces, nameless men and women stand together. They have nothing but a need to survive and a lantern to light their struggle. We're going to start with the first story. In this first story, the so-called prologue, 4 survivors will fight a level 1 lion. This game is a lot like an RPG, but it's also a lot like a civilization building game. I believe that there are certain games that have individual components that are like this game, but to my knowledge, this is the first game, and I say to my knowledge, because I haven't done exhaustive research on this. This is the first game that actually puts all of these together. So what you're supposed to do first is you have to create a survivor. For this, the game comes with character sheets, which are pretty much box standard for any game for any RPG. And let's see what we have here. We have a cloth and a founding stone. And first of all, what you have to do is every single survivor needs to be given a name and a gender. So I've decided to go with Greek gods and Greek mythology. So we have an Alexander, who is over here. He's the green guy. We have Polyxena, who is grey. It's this lady over here. And then we have Antares, he's blue over there. And then we have Tyche, and she's red. In the beginning, our survivors have 1 piece of equipment with regard to armor. It's cloth. The cloth protects your waist. So in the area where we say waist, we put in a 1 because it's a 1 shield level. So we're gonna put this into each of them. And then we also have 2 weapons, if you like. Now each survivor comes with a board like this. it's warped already. And the issue is you can put these cards on it, but they will of course fall off. So I'm going to actually have to repurpose these and make them different. I'm going to actually get an A4 for each one of them, and I'm going to put up little pieces of, I'm going to put up little pockets and put the things in there. So just for today, we're going to play it like this. And I'm going to make a note of all of this if I can find a pad. Because I honestly do not want to use these cards too much because they'll probably break. So we have the Founding Stone, which has 2 abilities. Number 1, you can use it as a weapon with speed 2. It hits on a 7+, and let me see, what does that say? I'm still referencing the book, so this is a blind playthrough. The strength. The strength goes against the animal's toughness. And a level 1 white line has a toughness of 6 and a movement of 6. So, this is what we've got. You can also take 1 action and throw the Founding Stone, which will give you 1 automatic hit and inflict 1 critical wound. So, out of the box, but it's a one-time only, and then of course you've thrown your stone and then it's gone. So, in which case you have no weapon left. Unless, of course, you count the other weapon that everybody has, and that is a Fist and Tooth, which has a Fist and Tooth, which gives you a speed of 2, accuracy of 8+, and strength 0. So, survival. The survivors all have move, which is 5, so they can move 5 spaces, and they can activate. So an activation would be attack or do something else. But you can only move and then act, or act and then move. You can't interrupt your movement for anything. So that's that. And we're going to put these back in the box because, like I said, I don't want to use them because they are kind of... Although the components are really top-notch and the cardstock is really good, as you can see, I've already started sleeving them. You know me, I like to sleeve stuff because I'm just, I just don't want to break anything. So, let's see what we have to do next. We have created our survivors. We've given them names. And we all start with 1 survival. Now this survival goes away when you use it, but you can use it for different kinds. So each one of them gets 1 survival. 1 and 1 and 1. Now, how does combat work? Well, combat works as follows. Let me just take a look what the situation is here. Okay. Yeah, good. Each animal or each foe that you fight has an AI deck. It says AI on the back, and it carries the type, and it says lion in this case. Now, you're told at the beginning of the game how to put these together, and then you also have the so-called hit locations. So these are the areas where when you make a hit, you hit the animal. So, or the foe that you're fighting. Can be something else than an animal. So we have the AI and we have the hit locations deck. And in this case, since this is the prologue, which is supposed to teach you the game, they have given you instructions as to how to build those and also what to do first. Now, the first thing that's going to happen is the lion goes first, and the lion is going to use his claw. So, On the card, it tells you what the attack consists of. So in this case, we pick a target, which is the closest threat facing in range. Now, facing means, you know, the guy is facing this way, the line is facing south, and he can see our green guy, and that is Alexander. So Alexander is pretty much sitting here going, oh my god, there's a lion. Now he's 6 spaces away. This was explained to us in setup that they have to be 6 spaces away. Now what we know is that the white line actually moves 6 spaces. So he can reach his prey very easily. So he will then either pick the target closest threat facing in range. If there is nobody he's facing, if this guy wasn't here, then he would take the closest threat in field of view, which is everywhere except these 2 spaces right behind him. These are blind spots. So if 2 people were standing here, they would not be in view, but everybody else is in view. So it's 360. And if he can't find a single target, because maybe we only have 2 survivors and they're standing right behind him, then he would just sniff. So since he does have somebody in range and he's facing him, he's just going to move and he's going to attack. So he goes 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He doesn't even have to go any further because he's already close enough to Alexander to attack. And he will attack with speed 2, so we roll 2d10. And we get a 7 and a 4. And his accuracy is 2+, so he hits on a 2 and plus, so he hits twice. So now he does 2 damage. In order to find out where he hits, what we do is we take these hit location dice and we roll them. And we get 2 against the chest area or body. So he's now knocked down because he has taken 2 hits. A light one and a heavy one because he's been hit twice. So he's now knocked down. Okay, now that is the lion done. The lion cannot act anymore. So we take Claw, which was his first action from the AI deck, which you have to set aside because that's how this game works for the prologue. And you just basically put it away. So now let's see what happens. Now it's our turn. Our survivors can move 5. And we cannot move diagonally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she could move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She could move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can move here. That's as far as we can go. There is nothing else we can do because we could, I guess, throw our foundation stones, which would mean we get 3 hits, automatic crits, but that doesn't really help us because then we don't have any weapons anymore. So let's see what happens. Since now we don't have anything that we can do, because we have moved and we don't want to throw our stones just yet, we are going to we're now going to let the lion act again. So we're going to draw an AI card, which says Power SWAT. Pick target, closest threat facing in range, closest threat in field of view. Well, he has one, because this guy is basically lying down in front of him. So we're probably going to lose this guy, I'm afraid, which is not good. And we are going to move and attack. We're going to move with speed 1. We're going to attack with speed 1, so 1 die. It's a 6. He hits on a 2+, and he does 2 damage. That's terrible. So let's see where he's hit. And he's hit in the body once and in the head. No, in the waist. So in the waist he doesn't take a hit because he obviously has a loincloth, but he is hit in the body again. So now I don't know what happens if you're hit twice, if you get hit 3 times. Probably you die. Critical wounds. If a hit location has a critical wound effect and the attacker's wound roll results is a lantern, a critical wound. No, that's when we attack the lion. If the survivors die, well, how do they die? Is knocked down. When a survivor's hit location has no remaining armor points and all injury levels are filled, they are in danger. Any further damage to this hit location will cause a severe injury. Roll for that hit location on the severe injury story event table in this book. Oh my word! Let's do this. This is terrible. Oh, okay, we can use survival to dodge. So we're going to dodge the body attack. So that's good. Now he's going to get up because it's the end of the monster's turn. So we didn't have to roll on the severe injury table, but he also doesn't have any survival anymore. So we spent the survival. I'll have to work on these ones because that's a bit annoying. Okay, so now he has spent his AI. We're going to put this aside. So now the guys are going to try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to move in. That is Gray. That's Polyxena. She's going to try and attack the lion with her founding stone, sorry. So it's got speed 2. So she rolls 2 dice. And she hits on a 7+, so she doesn't hit. That's too bad. So that's her activation. Oh no, actually she's standing in a blind spot, which means she hits at a 6+, so she does 1 hit. And how does that work? You draw a hit location for every single hit that you make. So we have 1. Oh, it's the strange hand. Okay, critical wound. Okay. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to roll again. To see if we hit, we roll a 9. And that is enough because his toughness is only 6. So we do hit him. And unfortunately it wasn't a critical hit, but we have dealt this hit location, so it's going to be put aside. And now we're going to take away one of the AI cards and we're going to put it into the wound pile over here. Because how this works is, when you hit successfully, you remove one of the AI cards out of play. So the AI deck is also the number of life points that each foe has. So we've just reduced him by 1. So this is Polyxena's turn. She's finished. Next up is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have Antares. He's going to try the same thing. He's going to attack from behind. For 7 and 9, that is 2 hits. That's really good, 2 hits. So we're going to draw 2 hit location cards. And we get Beast's Paw and Beast's Back. Target the attacker. This attack gains +2 damage. The basic attack is closest survivor in field of view. So he's not in field of view, so that's good. So, cool. Okay. So we want to start with the Beast's Paw. That's the first one we're going to do. And we roll a 3, which is not enough because toughness is 6. So we're going to try again. And we roll an 8. So we hit the Beast's Paw. And we do 1 damage. And we're going to put this over here. So 1 AI is reduced as well. And last but not least, Taiki is going to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to stand right next to him. And she's going to attack. And she hits once on a 7. So we draw 1 hit location. And it's the Beast's Brow. We roll an 8, which is enough. So we take 1 more wound off him. But unfortunately, it has a reflex action. Wound. When you wound the monster, it starts to snarl and the monster swats at its attacker. Attacker suffers 1 brain damage. So she gets 1 brain damage. And then he performs a basic action, which is the closest survivor in field of view. But actually, she is in field of view and she's the attacker, so he's now going to try and attack her. So he's going to turn around and face her. And with speed 2, he's going to attack her. And he manages to... hit. I believe he hits on a 2+. Yeah. And we're going to see the... And he hits her in the... This is Taiki. And he hits her in the waist once, twice. So yeah, there was no brain damage over here, so I need an erase very soon. Okay, so that's that. Now it's his go, because he has gotten up, so he can do something now. But we have done a wound. So we have removed this. So now we also get to go with Alexander, who has no survival anymore, but he is going to move 1, 2, 3, and he's going to attack. And he hits twice, which is good. 2 hit locations, 1, 2. We have Beast's Temple. And we have 2 failures. Okay, so let's hope that we manage to do this. We hit another 6+, and it's 2 hits. That's really good. So we're going to remove 2 more AI cards. Unfortunately, we haven't had any criticals yet, but that's been going well. So this was a really good one. So next up is the lion. He has 1 remaining AI card. Enraged. It's a mood. When this comes into play, draw an AI card. So we have to take the 2 remaining AI cards. So this is a mood. Okay, we will need to finish soon because for some reason I'm out of juice. I had been charging this, I thought, but obviously not. So we pick one card. Power SWAT. Pick target closest threat facing in range. Speed 1. So we get 1 die, but we have mood enraged. And this tells us while enraged is in play, white line gains +1 damage token per monster level. So he does, and this is also what I would like to show you. They have really lovely tokens that come with the game. Let's see, damage, +1 damage. And they have a place where you can place them, so we're going to place it over here. So he rolls 1 die, and he hits on a 9, that's definitely a hit. Accuracy 2. Yep. And then he gets 3 damage. This is not good, because he has damage +1. Okay, now he is attacking our friend Taiki here, who has already got brain damage, and she has 1 survival still left. She has, she takes 1 to the head, which she's going to dodge. So she's going to spend her survival on this one. She's going to take 1 to the waist and 1 to the body. So she is knocked down regardless, because she has been attacked in the body 3 times, but you know, at least she hasn't got a brain problem. So we're going to put away the power SWAT. It's the discard pile. We've got 1 AI left. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move into position over here, and we're going to start with Mr. Green. That's Alexander, and he's going to hit for a 10 and a 9. That's really good. I mean, unfortunately, the 10 doesn't really do anything, but it's 2 hits regardless. So we pull out 2 hit locations. Let's see, failure. The white line jumps back. And we hit on a 3. That's not a hit, so we'll try again. And this one is a hit, so we hit the beast's femur. We take away 1 of its AI cards. It's only got 1 left, so that's not so bad now. So that was his movement. Now we have Miss Grey, that is Polixena. She's going to hit him twice. Hitting on a 6, so it's 1 hit. Top hit location is straining neck. You strike at the monster's throat. And that's a 7. That is a hit as well. Yep, it's a hit. So his last AI card is finished. So we have just killed the lion, which is really good. So this is our first prologue over with. We are victorious. The survivors have won. The lion, he's probably just a young one, so that's why it's so easy to kill him. It's relatively easy to kill him. I mean, you saw that we were struggling, but we managed and we prevailed. But that was the prologue. So now comes the so-called, well, now comes the first pre-settlement phase, I would like to call it, because of course at the moment we don't have a settlement yet. But my camera tells me that it's out of juice. So what I have to do now is I have to shut this whole thing down, and then I will talk to you at a later stage. Bye bye.